99.5 WYSH.
Planning a new or renovated pasture? Hi, I'm Jody Henke. The performance of grazing animals heavily depends on the nutritional value of the forages they consume as you're living the country life.
Living the country life. Ideas and inspiration for your place in the country. You can find more information on today's topic and from previous shows by visiting us online at livingthecountrylife.com. We'll return to the show after these messages.
Successful Farming presents the 15 Minutes with a Farmer podcast. In each episode, a successful farming editor has a quick conversation with a farmer, chock full of stories and advice from their area of agriculture. They're interesting, educational, and perfect for your busy schedule. Search for 15 Minutes with a Farmer wherever you download your podcasts. Interact with Successful Farming on social media. Like us on Facebook at Successful Farming USA and follow us on X at Successful Farm for tips, ideas, timely news, and information from our editors. Find us on Instagram at successful_farming and love the latest photo or video. And take a look behind the scenes with our editors on TikTok at successful_farming.
Making good decisions as to what forage species to plant in a given field is a requirement for success. You want the best nutrition for grazing animals while making sure the crop is suited to your land. Dr. Gary Lacefield is a retired extension forage specialist at the University of Kentucky. He says there are several reasons why you need to know what will grow best on your farm. The first is economic. Most of us are in the habit of looking for the lowest price and not thinking about long-term consequences. He says the potential for higher returns with better varieties is immense.
So I want to make sure that I get something that's adapted, something that's resistant to as many diseases and insects and pests that might come along, and then also something that's persistent. I'd like to seed it and have it grow for several different years, and it would be productive over those years, and I could make money with it.
He also recommends incorporating legumes because they complement the grass as well.
Legumes, first of all, have a very unique ability to take nitrogen from the air that you and I are breathing and convert that into a nitrogen-based compound, a protein. Our animals can use that. Our legumes are usually higher in quality. Oftentimes, our legumes can help lengthen the growing season, or a deep-rooted legume can help us during the summer drought period with like a fescue or an orchard grass.
Fertilizing and liming as needed will help ensure good yields, improve forage quality, reduce weed problems, and lengthen stand life. Your local extension office conducts variety field trials and can give you advice on choosing the best forages for your program. Find more tips on forage planning at livingthecountrylife.com. I'll see you in the country.
Living the country life. Ideas and inspiration for your place in the country. You can find more information on today's topic, share your tips, and post photos by visiting us online at livingthecountrylife.com.
Hi, folks. Greg, your friendly garden guy here at Willow Ridge Garden Center in Oak Ridge. Fall is finally here, and it's festival time at Willow Ridge. We're having our annual Fall Festival Saturday, October the 4th, and you don't want to miss this. We have live music by the Parrott Brothers, free hand-pulled smoked pork barbecue. There's a bounce house. Devaney's Eats and Treats will have ice cream and miniature donuts for sale. We will have crafts for the kids. We've built an amazing maze to get lost in. This year we have lots of vendors set up to show you their artistic wares, and of course we will have special sales on plants and gifts. It's a perfect time to bring the family, have fun, and get all your fall decorating supplies like pumpkins, gourds, straw bales, flags, and so much more. Don't miss the Fall Festival at Willow Ridge Garden Center in Oak Ridge, Saturday, October the 4th. Call us at 865-481-3825 and get your hands dirty. It's good for you.
Getting ready to check in on William the Encourager. Going to do that in just a moment. Going to give you guys heads up if you would like. We're going to open our phone lines up on Ask Your Neighbor here after we listen to a moment of encouragement. And then if you guys call, we'll talk about anything that you'd like to talk about. Lots of stuff in the news, lots of stuff going on locally, lots of stuff in all over the place. So if you do want to do that, if you do want to weigh in on anything, you can go ahead and call. I'll put you on hold, and then after we have this 4 minutes of William the Encourager, I'll open the phone lines up and put you guys on the air. If you guys are shy today, or you don't have anything to ask, you don't have anything to share, nothing that's going on in the news has moved you to want to have a word about it, what I'm going to do is I will play last night's sports show over for you, let you guys hear a little bit of what's going on. Coach is here, some of the players, and just a perspective of Clinton football and what's going on at Clinton High School sports-wise. So we'll come back with your telephone calls, or we'll come back with our Tuesday night sports talk program, one of the two. But if you'd like to be on the air, you go ahead and call me. I'll put you on hold. In 4 minutes and 53 seconds, we'll put you on the radio.
Today's Daily Encouragement by William the Encourager, sponsored by Ted Russell Nissan, home of the lifetime warranty on Kingston Pike.
Praise ye the Lord, my brothers and sisters. It is Wednesday, and we are thanking God. We are thanking God for another day. Let's pray. Father, we thank you today for another day. Oh, that rhymes. We thank you today. We thank you in every way for another day, for the words that you say, that we believe, that we hold on to, that increases our faith and shows us the way. Lord, we thank you today. Now be with us in everything that we do, and we'll be so careful to give you glory, honor, and praise. Brothers and sisters, remember that you are something special. Napoleon Hill said, cherish your vision and your dreams as they are the children of your soul, the blueprints of your ultimate achievement. God has given us gifts, talents, skills, and abilities to go forward, to change our world. You might not be able to change the world in a whole, but you can change some parts of your world. There's a song by Kathy Tricoli, my brothers and sisters. Google it and listen to it. It says, there is a candle in every soul, some brightly burning, some dark and cold. There is a fire, there's a spirit, and it lights a fire and makes it whole. So carry your candle into the darkness and shed light into where you are, that people may see truth and know that it is true. It is known, it can be known, and that everything that we see is not junk. We look at each other and we judge one another, but are you really knowing that you are judging God's creatures? God said what he has made is good. And we need to remember that we are good. God does not make junk. He can deliver us from all evil. He can deliver us if you go to him. Psalms 34, 19 and 20 says, many are the afflictions of the righteous, but the Lord delivereth him out of them all. He keepeth all his bones, not one of them is broken. Oh, praise God. What a mighty God we serve. He keeps us. And if he keeps us and he makes these promises, who are we to deny what the Lord, our Savior, has done? For he is great and mighty to be praised. Ralph Markson said, your destiny is to fulfill those things upon which you focus most intensely. So choose to keep your focus on that which is truly magnificent, beautiful, uplifting, and joyful. Your life is always moving towards something. God is always moving us towards something. Remember, God is moving when nothing else is. When you think things are standing still, God is moving. L.M. Montgomery said, next to trying and winning, the best thing is trying and failing. In other words, keep it moving. Don't stop. Even when you feel you're losing, you're winning. So don't stop. God has given us an end goal. And if we pursue it, we can endure the things that are thrust upon us, my brothers and sisters. Remember, nothing is impossible to him that believe. Mario Fernando said, rise above the storm and you will find the sunshine. Praise ye the Lord. Rise above the storm, my brother, and you will find the sunshine. S-O-N, shine. Remember, there's a way out of your mess, and it's J-E-S-U-S.
Where can you buy a brand new Nissan with a lifetime warranty? Kingston Pike. Hey, folks, Gerald Anderson with Ted Russell Nissan. You heard it right. Every new Ted Russell Nissan comes with a lifetime warranty, and that's a long, long time. Ted Russell Nissan on Kingston Pike.
Good morning and welcome to AM 1380 WYSH and Ask Your Neighbor. Ask Your Neighbor can also be heard and seen on our website, WYSHradio.com. And if you are in Anderson, Rome, or Morgan County and have Comcast cable, you can watch Ask Your Neighbor on BBB TV Channel 12. Ask Your Neighbor is the program where you call in and do just that. Ask Your Neighbor. Do you have a comment? Do you have a problem? Or do you have a question? Then call in and ask your neighbor. 865-457-1380 or toll free at 877-711-4005. And for those of you that might be listening or watching on the internet, you can email from our website, WYSHradio.com. Just click on the Contact Us button and email your questions. Now sit back and listen as listeners throughout East Tennessee and the entire world answer your questions on Ask Your Neighbor on BBB TV 12 and AM 1380 WYSH.
As I told you a moment ago, guys, I'll give you a second or two here to gather your thoughts. If there's anything you'd like to weigh in on, talk about, anything that's on your mind that you'd like to share with folks, maybe you've ran across something to make your day a little better, put a smile on your face, and you'd like to share that with everybody else out there tuning in. We'd love to have that, or anything else for that matter. But I'm going to come back here in 3 minutes exactly. And in 3 minutes, I'm going to answer the phone and talk to you guys. Or if not, I'm going to play you a rerun of last night's sports talk program. So I first want to give everybody an opportunity for a platform for which to share whatever's on your mind, ask any questions that you have to ask, and just get anything off your chest you'd like to. Or we'll go back and check out what's going on with the Dragons. That's coming up in exactly 180 seconds. 3 minutes. There you go.
As a homeowner, I'm always looking for peace of mind, especially when I have a costly, unplanned expense, like a cooling system repair or replacement. That's when I turn to the eScore Quality Contractor Network. They're the pros who've been specially trained and approved by TVA and your local power company. The quality contractors are licensed and insured, so you can be assured the job will be done right and inspected for free. Contact your local power company or visit energyright.com to learn more.
Hi, this is Jim Miller with WYSH Local Information News. Remember, if you see news happen, email me, jim@WYSHradio.com, or message us on the WYSH Facebook page. Each day, we bring you the latest in local news. Mike Witcher has your weather forecast, and Pete Michaels is in the sky with your traffic. So we've got you covered, and if you see news happen, let us know. Your source for local information news since 1960, WYSH.
Why wait? Your perfect pre-owned vehicle is ready at Ray Varner Ford in Clinton. Hi, I'm Ray Varner, and we've handpicked top quality cars, trucks, and SUVs that feel like new but come at prices you'll love. Like a 23 Nissan Armada SL 4x4 loaded $38,500. Turn heads and tailgate in luxury with this 24 Lincoln Navigator Black Label 4x4, yours for $81,997. At Ray Varner Ford, we're committed to great deals and payments you can afford, like this 22 Subaru Outback Premium All-Wheel Drive, $23,976. Top down, tunes up, and feel the thrill on a 23 Ford Mustang Convertible EcoBoost Premium, $19,995. From weekend adventures to daily drives, the 23 Ford Explorer Limited 4x4 Moonroof comes at $39,898. Plus, visit our new location, Ray Varner Used Cars in Morgan County, for even more quality pre-owned selections. Local you trust, pre-owned vehicles you can afford. Ray Varner Ford in Clinton, I-75 exit 122, or shop us online at rayvarnerford.com.
When you have a wreck, a good day can become a bad day in a hurry. But when it's time to get that car towed away, there is a number you need to know. 865-457-6927. Lowe's Tows. Did you know they work with all insurance agencies and body shops? And they can assist you throughout the whole process. Call 865-457-6927. If you need a tow, you need Lowe's Tows. 865-457-6927. They're locally owned and operated. They will tow anything, anywhere. From a Volkswagen to a semi-truck, from across the street to across the state. The stress of having a wreck is bad enough, so call Lowe's Tows, and that's one less thing you have to worry about. 614 Clinch Avenue in Clinton. Call 865-457-6927 or find them on Facebook at Lowe's Tows.
All right, let me see here if we've got somebody here for Ask Your Neighbor before I go ahead and start the program here. I believe we got somebody on line one. Good morning. Are you calling for Ask Your Neighbor this morning?
Hey, yes, I am. Good morning to you, Ron Meredith.
Well, hello, Mike. What you doing, buddy?
Oh, not much. I was just waking up a little bit for a while anyway.
Rise and shine.
Looking a little rainy. I may end up going back to bed.
Good
anyway,
work if you
I didn't know if... Of course, I know it happened to probably around 9 p.m. last night. There was a stabbing down at the Mexican restaurant next to Goodwill, El Indigo.
Yes.
I didn't know if you'd heard anything about that or not.
Had last night. I was trying to follow and get information for it last night. I haven't got any names or anything like that. We're aware of it, but I don't have any further information than what you just shared. But, yeah, we are aware of what's going on or what went on.
I know that they did arrest 3 people because they left from down there and then turned next to O'Reilly's and got their vehicle stuck on the train track.
Yeah.
Then they took off running, and I guess they brought K-9 in. They must have caught up with them. I think they sounded like it was down on Market Street or somewhere.
Yeah.
But I didn't know if if you'd heard anything about the victim or not.
I had not. As of yet, I haven't. Like I said, and Tracy was following it last night. There's a thing out there I didn't know, an app. It's called Anderson County Scanner. Have you seen that? It's pretty cool.
Yes, I've heard of it, but
it translates what's going on the scanner into text, which is pretty.
Oh, okay then.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So yeah, she showed me last night. She's like, "Look at this, what's going out over the scanner," and then so we were following it, trying to figure, trying to stay up on it. But I don't have any information on the victims or anything else at the moment.
I've got both the digital and the analog scanners. Slim Harmon got me into that some years ago. But I was just kind of curious about it.
Well, that's all I know at the moment. But
I'm sure then if you hear something, he'll get it to Jim Miller or whatever, and he'll get it out eventually.
Yep. As soon as we find out, as soon as they release anything, we'll share it with you.
All righty then. Well, how did your treehouse experience go?
It went good. It was fun. It's definitely unique. It's I don't know. It was fun. The kids had a good time. They've got these giant slides built on. That's how the kids get down. They slide from the top of the treehouse. The bottom floor is just like an open deck, and they've got a place to cook or whatever out there. And then up on the top, they've got a grill up on the top as well. But the top's kind of like a bedroom with the bathroom, and then you don't really have a living area. That's all downstairs outside. They got TVs outside, and it's all underneath the quote-unquote treehouse. It's pretty unique, pretty interesting. It was fun to do. Something fun. The kids liked it, something different. And we're always trying to find something a little bit out of the ordinary to keep them busy and entertained,
Oh, okay. I was just kind of curious about it.
It was fun. You should try it sometime.
I don't know now. I've got older, whatever. I don't like heights at all.
Well, it's not that high. I mean, it's a flight of stairs up. It's not like you're going too high. It's like one story.
I don't even like stairs anymore. I've had too many bad experiences with them.
Understand that.
If it don't have a handrail, I'm not even going to try it anymore.
Yeah, I got you.
That's just me. I've kind of got bad knees, so that kind of plays into it too. I'm trying to be more careful these days. But anyway, I'm just going to call and ask about that. Everything else going all right with you?
It's going good. So far, so good. Everything is, as it should be.
I know I stayed up, was that this week or last week when you had Queener on? That was last week, wasn't it?
That was a week ago Monday, yeah. The 15th.
I ended up staying up late watching football and some other stuff and completely missed it. Do you have anything good to talk about?
You know what? I can't remember. It's been a week and 3 days ago, brother. It's been like, 10 days, 11 days?
Okay. I'm sure he probably chimed in on Tennessee. I told Jasper the same thing on the sports talk last night about I just didn't agree with the play calling. When Tennessee had a 5-point lead, they forced a fumble. You got the ball inside the Georgia 40-yard line with a chance to score, and you'd been passing the ball all the way up and down the field, and you run the ball 3 straight times thinking, if I kick a field goal, we'll win this game because we'll be up 8 points.
I know. Stop it. I got frustrated with that, too. And also felt like, if they were going to kick the field goal, I wish I'd have just went out there and kick it instead of kept doing, running it here, timeout, run it. It's almost like that we iced our own kicker.
Yeah, no kidding. Sure enough, then they had a false start. That didn't help anything.
Nope. That was no fun.
But, yeah, but it looked like, just from watching it on TV, that when they called the third run in a row, that Heupel was a little ticked off about it over on the sideline.
It might have been. He's got an offensive coordinator, and sometimes quarterback changes up when he gets out there. So I don't know if that's what happened or not. If so, nobody said it.
Yeah, well, you're playing in the SEC. These field goals are not going to win ball games for you against these upper echelon Alabamas and Georgias. You get a chance to put points on the board there. You want to put as many up as you can.
Yeah.
That just getting beat there, and I knew we were probably going to get beat when we got the ball first in overtime. I would rather play defense.
Me too.
That way you know what you got to do.
Yeah, I agree completely. It just bothered me too when we settled for field goal on that, and I knew, it's just like it's hard enough to slow Georgia down, much less keep them out of the end zone when they're starting from the 25-yard line or whatever it is. I was the same way. When we had to kick a field goal and score a touchdown, I pretty much feared for the worst at that point.
And then they come out, and the first play they run it almost inside the 1 yard, down to the 1 yard line.
Yeah.
Their offensive line was pushing us around pretty good.
Yep. So I hope we've learned from it. Of course, it was hard to tell watching last week's game. Last week's game was kind of a practice, but still, Mississippi State might be a pretty good challenge.
Right there, but it's I don't know these college football coaches now with this NIL and stuff there. I don't know. They just fired the coach that Tennessee tried their best to get to come over here to UT, Oklahoma State. Fired Mike Gundy.
Yep.
Yesterday, and Tennessee tried their best to get him to come over, and then they ended up keeping him and giving him more money.
Yeah. We tried, and then they evidently it's not working out for them right now, though.
Well, and even a guy that has won the conference championship 8 out of the last 10 years, and they've gotten off to a rough start this year at 1-3. They're saying he's on the hot seat, though. Dabo Swinney.
Well, and did you hear what he said? He said, "Hey, if you don't want to win anymore, go ahead." He said, "But I'm not going to the beach, and I'm not retiring. I'll tell you that much." So he let them know right quick. There's other teams that'll take.
I'm just 55. I'm just getting started.
Yeah. And again, look, we've weathered through that. We've weathered through those fair weather fans. You remember when we fired Phil Fulmer, he at the time we fired him, he was what, 7 and something? He'd won 7 games. We went on to win, what, 8 or 9 that year, the year that we fired him? And how long after that would you have given a pile of money to win 7 games? I remember 3 game seasons, you know? So we've lived through that knee-jerk reaction of fans wanting something new and a little more shiny. But Dabo Swinney is a great coach. He's not a Nick Saban coach, but he's up there.
Well, he's a class act, too.
Yeah, he's good for the kids. He's a class act, and I don't think Clemson can do any better.
Well, he's just he's not completely bought into this NIL, this transfer portal. He's tried to develop high school kids to keep his culture, you know.
Yeah, he's trying to buck the system.
But it's not really working out. All these other schools are getting all these top-notch players from anywhere they can.
Well, he's gonna have to figure out a way to work in the new system and still try to keep his culture and tradition and the things he's trying to preserve, because you're not going to have one or the other. I mean, NIL's here, whether he likes it or not. It's here, so he's going to have to work within the confines and the frame of that. I understand what he's trying to do, and I wish he would be successful, because maybe if he was successful, other coaches would take stock and kind of shun this NIL stuff too. But you're seeing what's happening. He's seeing it firsthand, so he's either going to have to figure out a better way to accomplish what he wants to accomplish, or he's going to have to figure out a way to work around this NIL stuff and work with it and make it work for him.
Well, it's basically a full-time job for a college football head coach right now, unless you almost have to get you a general manager or something other to handle all that, or you're going to stay busy,
negotiating
and everything else. And I'd be willing to bet money that that's exactly why Nick Saban got out of it. He didn't want to deal with it anymore.
Well, he said it was ruining college football. And he saw the writing on the wall.
And so the same thing with the former basketball coach there at Kansas, and who else was it got out too? There was another. Well, Mike Krzyzewski. There was another one that got out.
Coach K. Yeah, and what they're doing, they're changing the whole demeanor of college football. And when you've got these coaches, these guys have raised up since they played Optimus ball. Some of these guys have been playing ball since they were 4 years old. And what they know of the game of football is different. You know what I mean? Now, when you've got folks that are in the college ranks that haven't went into the NFL ranks, so they've not been exposed to, the negotiations and the dollar and the money prostituting and ruining everything. They've come up through Optimus League ball, middle school ball, high school ball, college ball, and then they've went into coaching. And now what's happened is that whole world, that whole environment has been split wide open with millions and millions and millions of dollars. And I think a lot of these old school good coaches, whether it be Nick Saban, I think, if you looked at Bear Bryant or Gene Stallings, even Phil Fulmer, these guys, Dabo Swinney too, they would have, and Dabo Swinney is having a hard time working in this environment. Now you've got kids, some of the kids making as much or more than the coaches.
Oh, I know it there. How crazy is that for a 18, 19-year-old kid coming high school into college there, and all of a sudden he's got $5 million in his pocket.
Well, if you go back to Nico, $10 million in his pocket over 4 years roughly, and then he was asking for more and a car and all this other stuff. Jiminy Christmas, compare that to what we're paying a coach. So it's a different ball game. You've got some of these kids that are coming in, they're making more than the coach. I'm sure they think they're a lot more popular or a lot more important than the coach, and I just think it's a way different world to coach in. And guys like Dabo Swinney are either going to get swallowed by it or figure out how to work within it.
Well, the thing about Dabo, and I'd bet you any amount of money you'd want to bet that if Clemson fires him, he'll be hired in no time somewhere else.
Oh, I guarantee it. I guarantee there are schools standing by with bated breath.
Oh, I'm sure that
again,
Florida's probably one of them.
Florida, you know what? And that'd be a good fit for him.
I would not be surprised.
Well, I hope it doesn't come to that for Clemson's sake. I mean, Clemson, I remember the days when Clemson was a joke, you know? I remember.
He turned them into a quality program.
He turned them into a top-notch championship caliber program, and they're still that. They're just having a bad year. And I think he's trying to get his legs under him with all this, you know, abomination of college football going on.
But, you know, he won 2 national championships.
I know. That's what I'm saying. That's one more than Coach Fulmer won, and you know how we loved our Coach Fulmer.
Oh, yeah.
I get it. I get it completely. And I get his frustration. I also like the fact that he said, hey, you fire me, fine. I'm going. If you guys don't want to win anymore, get you somebody else, that's fine. But I've proven what I can do, and I'll just go somewhere else and do it for somebody else.
If you're tired of winning, then just go ahead and get rid of me.
Yeah. And I love that. I love that attitude, and I think he understands that he's going to have to adjust a little bit. He's going to have to get in there and start fighting for some of this NIL player money and get these. He's going to have to start. You're right. He's going to have to get a general manager or somebody and go out there and start working this NIL system because they're not working it. And what he was trying to do, like I said, I thought was honorable. He's trying to stay as far away from that, ruining the game as possible. But it's everywhere. So he's just, unless something happens and they get rid of all of it, it's here to stay.
Right there. But, you know, like I say, I think he did bring in like maybe 2 or 3 in from the portal this past year.
I don't remember, and I don't know. I just...
you know, all these other teams that are bringing in 10 or 15. And
well, he wants to put together a core of men that start together and finish together. And you know what I mean? They have that college football experience. Yeah, he's trying to give them that and then give fans a winning team. And I think it's just hard. I mean, think about this. Think about those talented players. I go back to when my goodness, you go back to what's his name? Good Lord, the receiver from Oak Ridge. Help me here. He's playing for
T. Higgins.
Thank you. You go back to when T. Higgins was there, right? T. Higgins was an amazing wide receiver. And then their quarterback, the long-haired, blonde-headed kid that was going to go to UT that went out there. What would happen today with that combo with NIL money? I mean, he was able to keep those boys. They stayed there. I think Higgins stayed for 3 years before they committed to the NFL. They'd have been gone sophomore year, or maybe not gone, but they'd have been transferred sophomore year. Somebody would have thrown – how much money do you think they'd have thrown at T. Higgins back in the day to get him to switch?
Wouldn't be a bit surprised.
You remember when Tennessee wanted that quarterback, and he committed to us. Then he changed because we fired Butch, and he went up to Clemson. Well, if we'd have had NIL money, they'd have just thrown $2 or $3 million at him, or somebody else would have thrown it at him to get him. I'm just saying, you know, he wants to keep that part of the game where you bring these guys in, you run them through the system, they feel the tradition of a program, because these guys that are bouncing from school to school to school, just like our quarterback, which tradition of the 4 schools he's been to is he going to adhere to? Probably UT's because it's the biggest, but you know what I mean? Where's his loyalty? He's a great quarterback. They say he's a great kid, and I'm happy for him, but he's been to what? Where's 4th school now?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You just go where you can. And now in his case, it's a little different because he's worked his way up from nothing school to UT. It's not like he's bounced from Florida to UT and all this over dollars, but you know, he went in the portal and he went to UCLA, didn't even take a snap. They fired the coach, and he's back in Tennessee, and then they fired the coach. So
yeah, I read there where that new UCLA quarterback that he can't wait to hit the transfer portal again. You know, he wanted to go home. That was his. He said, "Oh, it was never about the money."
No,
it was never about the money, Nico. Why'd you ask for it?
Yeah, if it wasn't about the money, why'd you ask for it? If it ain't about the money, why are you leaving now?
Now he's went. I just wanted to go home, be with family. Well, you know where he's rumored to be going next?
Where?
Vanderbilt.
Well, I'll tell you what. Should that happen, that will be a fun game to attend.
Oh, yes, it would.
I don't blame these kids for wanting the money. And again, we got to stop and realize you and I are grown men. We've seen some things in our life that might give us some pause about how we conduct ourselves financially and other ways. These kids are 19, 20, 21, 22 years old at best. They ain't got sense God give a goose, hardly.
Well, in Nico's case there, I don't know if it was as much him as it was his daddy.
Well, it was people he thought enough about that they persuaded him to participate. You know what I mean? It was obviously people that he had a high opinion of, and they just made a cotton-picking mistake. And the best thing to do for everybody involved is to say, you know what? Made a mistake. It's just that simple. He's not coming back to Tennessee.
No, that's for sure.
But
I think his dad and his family or whatever, I think they were wanting the money worse than he was.
Well, and I'll tell you this, it leaves a bad taste in college football organization as a whole. You know, what happens if you're thinking about, let's say you're Vanderbilt. Let's say you're thinking about him, all right? And let's say he comes and does good. Well, who's to say he won't throw himself in the portal then and go for some more money somewhere else? That's the kind of uncertainty. I agree with some of these college football commentators that say, if we're going to do this, we're going to pay him money, sign a contract.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
You breach the contract, you don't get the money. That's what it's going to come to. Sign a contract.
I don't agree with when they hit the transfer portal, with any of them there that's getting paid money, that they should have to play in their bowl games.
Oh, I agree with that, too. Let me tell you something. Anybody says, oh, I only signed up for 12 games, I would say, well, you know what? You can wait in the bus then. Get out. You guys can just go ahead and hit the portal today. So I understand. But again, trying to think of it from both sides, I can't imagine being that young, having that kind of money thrown around at me. It's going to make you think a whole lot more of yourself than you really are. And it can I think it's probably intoxicating. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I think it's hurting the sport. Hopefully they'll get their arms around it and be able to control it, contain it, where it doesn't
some kind of cap on it or something.
Something. And then what are you going to do if you're a school like, let's just even an SEC school. Let's say you're a Mississippi State. Mississippi State doesn't have anything of the fundraising like UT does or Florida does. So how can they compete if we really want to go after somebody? I don't know if they can or not. Maybe they can to a certain degree.
I don't even know that we can with all them oil tycoons out in Texas.
Well, that's
throwing all the money at them guys.
There you go. So we'll see.
We'll see how it works out there. And I guess staying in the sports line, I guess you heard that Bruce Pearl retired.
No, I didn't hear that Brucey retired.
Yep, he sure did. His son is taking over as head coach at Auburn now, Stephen Pearl. But I think Bruce I believe he's going to stay with, as of now, he's going to stay with the program as an athletic advisor or something. But I think he's going to stick his foot into politics a little bit.
Oh, Lord. What's he getting into politics down there doing?
I don't know.
Okay. That's going to be interesting.
That's kind of the rumor. He's wanting to get into politics. But I seen online there where some people was, I bet Auburn's fixing to get investigated again. And I thought, well, with the way things are right now, that barbecue deal is nothing but a joke.
I was going to say, that $40 a plate barbecue, whatever it was, and we bought kids to eat is nothing compared to us giving them $2.5 million a year now.
Oh, yes. I know it there. But I always liked Bruce there. You talking about a guy that put everything into a game there. You'd look at his shirt he'd be soaking wet with perspiration by the end of the game.
He's always really personable too. He'd speak to you, remembered folks' names. He was a fun guy to have around in our program.
But he was. UT, all the people over at UT all loved him there, and I did too. But I'm pretty happy with the coach we got over here right now.
Rick Barnes is a heck of a coach.
He's a super nice guy there. He's real personable too. There,
yes, sir.
I've seen a lot of people that's gotten selfies taken with him or anything else there. So
I've never met Coach Barnes. I've never got to meet him. I'd like to someday. But
no, okay. Then I'm sure I don't know how much longer he's going to coach, but he's kind of getting up there in years a little bit. But hopefully he'll stick around with us for a while.
I was going to say he hadn't lost anything and getting up in years, but he's still got it. He's able to coach. He's able to bring stuff out of players that I've not seen anybody else at UT be able to do consistently for as long as he's done it.
Oh yeah, what I like about him is he don't play favorites or anything like that. If your star player goes out there and does something, commits a silly foul or something or another, he'll jerk them out of the game and he'll get them over there on the bench. He said, "You need to sit down here and think about it." I've seen him do it.
I love it. I mean, that's the way it's supposed to be. That's the way that it's supposed to be, and that helps develop kids into young men.
I don't care how much money you're getting paid. You get over here and think about that.
Yeah, really.
Anyway,
sit down and think.
Probably going to have a pretty good team this year.
We will. I believe we will. I think we're going to end up doing pretty good in football too. I'll tell you what, I hated losing to Georgia like you wouldn't believe, because it's so heartbreaking, because everybody knows we should have and could have won the game. Yeah. But I saw a lot of good stuff come out of it, and I think it helped them realize where they're going to need to fill the gaps and where they're going to need to, plug the holes, so that when we head down to Birmingham, to Alabama, and down to the swamp, even though Florida's not Florida like they usually are, playing in the swamp, nothing can be taken for granted. I think
absolutely.
We're going to be a little more hardened to be able to do that after that Georgia game. We know we had everything we needed to win. We know that. We know that, that field goal, we're the better team. We know that our offense, we walked up and down the field when we first came out. So they know what they're capable of. I just think that they need to tighten up. It looked to me like conditioning played a little bit of part of it too. So just to kind of get whatever the cracks are, just kind of mend those. And I think it'll make us a whole lot better playing that well in the game and still coming up short. Again, if I could go back and redo it, we'd win. But if you're going to make lemonade out of it, I think that it'll help us.
Well, I guess we've still got some tough games to go. I heard on Sports Center earlier today that I don't know when we play Oklahoma, but Oklahoma's starting quarterback, he was probably at the top of the list of the projected voting for the Heisman Trophy.
Yeah.
But he's in that game last week that they played. I can't remember who it was against. If that was Auburn, I guess it was. But he's broke a bone in his wrist. He's going to be out for at least a month.
Oh Lord.
So I was just thinking there, because I don't wish no ill will on anybody, but I thought, guys, I hope Tennessee plays him before he gets back.
Before it heals.
Before he heals up, I hope we get our game in for sure.
Well, I think we'll be fine with Mississippi State. Arkansas, I'm okay with Arkansas. I think Alabama, Kentucky Alabama's always a fight. Kentucky, for whatever reason, doesn't matter how good or bad they are, they give us a good game. In November, that's when we play Oklahoma, November 1st.
That's when we play Florida, is in November as well.
November 22nd.
Oh.
Second to the last game, we play Florida, and then last game's Vanderbilt. So New Mexico State's in there too.
So that's going to be close when we play Oklahoma then, if he actually heals with that broken bone. And
November, so what? He's got a month and a week.
Oh, okay. Well,
about a month and a week and a half.
Well, maybe he's a slow healer. We'll see. But anyway, you enjoy the rest of your day, Ron. I always like talking to you, buddy.
Same here, Mike. I appreciate you, pal. Have a great day.
You too. All right. Bye.
Bye. All right, guys. Anybody else? If so, I'll give you 60 seconds. If not, we'll come back and wrap up.
If Old Spice Deep Sea Super Hydration Body Wash were music, what would it sound like? Start with the deep sounds of Old Spice's Ocean Waves and Kelp. Layer on the smooth, renewing moisture. You wouldn't hear any parabens or phthalates because Old Spice Deep Sea hasn't got any. But you would hear that vitamin B3 for healthier looking skin. So while your regular body wash sounds like this, Old Spice sounds like this. Sounds like it smells amazing.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Thank you for listening to AM 1380 WYSH and Ask Your Neighbor. Make sure you tune in at 10 a.m. each day, Monday through Friday, right here on AM 1380 WYSH and BBB TV 12. Or listen live online at WYSHradio.com. And remember, if you have a question, comment, or problem, call in tomorrow.